Uh-oh. I'm getting
God,
one.
my butt is itchy. What?
Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome
And then
to
she said, sorry.
the September 23rd through 20. September. What the fuck?
Wow. I know we've been a couple of weeks. But come on, dude.
The February
year.
February 23rd, 25th edition of Show Business. I'm PC. Joining me as always is Peter.
Hi, everybody.
And Lindsey from My Two Cents of Nonsense. Oh, Peter's from
I was going to say,
I apologize.
we don't even plug my channel anymore because I don't do anything. So
yeah.
it's like, what's the point?
Listen, I'm like just, way off the rails. I'm chopping up trees.
Listen, everyone on the internet knows me as Peter, so don't worry about it. They're like, oh yeah, Peter, it's Jason Voorhees in space. It's okay to worry about
What about we were talking about off camera, off recording?
Yes, Peter of Bearded Movie Guy.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Also, Lindsey from My Two Cents of Nonsense.
I was like, wow, dude, it's September in the East Coast right now. Like, I know I'm bad with time zones. Like, I'm really bad with them. But
it's a leap year, you know. It's leap right to September.
So to the quick and painful first, the weekend that was Black Panther. Where are you? I can't show you. There you are. There you are. 111.
Yep.
111 dominating, just still chewing up money. Game night opened to 17 million, which isn't terrible for an opening weekend for an R-rated comedy in February. But what's shocking there is the Annihilation in fourth at 11 million.
Peter Rabbit beat Annihilation. That's sad.
Well, there needs to be a little bit of an asterisk here. Annihilation only opened on 2,000 something screens. Peter Rabbit was on 3,400.
Really?
So yeah, if you're going per screen, Annihilation easily beats Peter Rabbit. But we're not going per screen, so yes, Peter Rabbit beat Annihilation.
Mm-hmm. It's the Electoral College vote. It's different.
Peter Rabbit carried Florida by some bizarre reason.
Actually, a lot of illegal immigrants went to go see Peter Rabbit. So I don't think we need
I
to
heard
count
Russia totally influenced the Peter Rabbit vote.
Nope. People were not ID'd when they went to go see Peter Rabbit.
Yes.
You must be an American citizen. So now that half our audience is
it's gone
away.
But yeah, Black Panther, it's good. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Is it triple digits 2 weeks in a row good, guys?
I really dug it. I mean, like, it was a little predictable. It was a little predictable. Some of the special effects weren't up to par, and oh my god, a rhino is something I never thought I would say.
Right.
And I said it twice.
Rhino. Oh, and a rhino. Yeah, but I don't know.
Go ahead.
I think it's a very solid movie. I think the hype surrounding it isn't warranted on the same level. Like I keeps on bugging me every time it goes, but it's the first black superhero movie, and I'm just like, oh, frick, 20 years ago. It's like 20 years. It's the first black major Marvel Cinematic Universe superhero. Like, sure, that has
people were sleeping on Blade apparently.
Yeah, but it's like Blade had 3 freaking movies 20 years ago. It's like, I'm sorry, this is not a thing where it's again, like I had a guy go, yeah, but it's an all black cast, and I'm like, there are 2 white guys that are main characters in the cast. It's like, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it being like, I have no issue with any race thing with the movie. Like, I'm thrilled that there's a black superhero that black kids can look up to, because it's great. That doesn't bother me. There's been lots of white superheroes that people have been looked up to. It's fine. I have no problem with that.
Well, to piggyback your sentiment, Peter, I mean, it's true. There appears to be these political moments that happen with movies. I mean, we were talking about it 2 years ago when Ghostbusters came out. My thing is, all right, cool. If you want to support something because it has an all-female cast, there's a movie that came in 4th place this weekend that was predominantly female and was actually a good movie, yet nobody was jumping and screaming to go see that.
Yeah.
It's like it's really strange how the double standards.
You want to know how I compare this to? What movie I compare this to? Which, strangely enough, The Passion of the Christ. Because this is why. Okay, now I'll first, like, I'll be completely upfront. I'm a Christian, so saying that, like, I went and saw it opening weekend, but tons of churches bought out movie theaters when that came out, right? And people who would normally not go to movies went and saw that movie. And that movie had like a massive, like, its budget was small and it made insane bank. Right?
I thought Deadpool was the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Yeah. It's like, it's like really up there, right? But one of the reasons is a bunch of people went to see it that normally don't go see movies. They don't care about movies.
Which is happening now with Black Panther.
The same thing exactly is happening with Black Panther. There have been people out there, because this is a black superhero, that be like, you have to support this. It's like, what? Okay. And so, like, I've heard that a fair amount of people have gone literally go, yeah, I got to support it. It's and I'm like, no, thankfully, it's a good movie. You know, it's like, it sucks that if you went and like, you were like, yeah, I have to support this because it's the community. It's like, no, it's like, it's a good movie. So, like, hopefully they're entertained because it's an entertaining movie. But I think that's part of the reason that it's especially the carryover. And it's just people feel obligated that because of what it's supposed to be and stuff. And like, something.
I mean, it's a good movie.
It's
not. It's not.
Yeah, I heard a guy. It's funny. I heard a guy today talk about this, and he's like, "White people are going nuts because they say they don't like." And I'm like, and I totally agree with him that, like, he goes, "But this is a brilliant movie," and I'm like, "Well, let's scale it back, dude." It's you don't, just because it's good doesn't matter. Like, it's not freaking Shawshank Redemption. It's, you know, it's not The Godfather. It's not even the best Marvel movie. But it's a really solid movie. So
it's the third best movie that was available this weekend. I'll say that.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you guys that, like, it is, like, it's somewhat has been blown up, but I think it kind of deserves to be blown up. I mean, sure. But just, like, the first, like, it's true we had Blade 20 years ago, but that's the kind of logic that kept us from getting Wonder Woman for 40 or 50 years. Oh, we had Supergirl in the 80s. That flopped. Nobody wants Wonder Woman. So it is significant that Black Panther is the first in this current era, the modern era, this century in a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
So it's like, and even if the movie isn't up to the same standards as other movies, the fact that there is now like an Iron Man quality movie star with this kind of representation is the story that's worth taking out of this. Like, here's a huge thing to throw at the movie that a lot of people are ignoring that blows my mind. It's the white guy that saves the world. Like, Wakanda is too busy saving its own asses from its own mistakes, and the white guy saves the world. Like, this movie is not perfect, but it does what it needs to do, and it's good enough. And I think
here's the thing: for years they tried to get a Black Panther movie made before the whole cinematic universe existed, and Black Panther was going to be Wesley Snipes because like Wesley Snipes petitioned for this, and I think Wesley Snipes would have done fine. I think he would have done good because, like, he did Blade, he was good in that and all that kind of stuff. But thank God they didn't make that movie, because there's no way the movie that they would have made would have been as good as this, because technology
and Coogler
and like Michael B. Jordan and fitting it into an overarching story. If they were just going to tell a Black Panther story that had nothing to do with anything else, because there was no Marvel Cinematic Universe, they would have done an okay job, but I don't think it would have been as good as this.
Well, I think that the fact that this one connects to the other MC movies so little is like one of its strengths. Like, barely there, which is pretty cool. Like,
which is what Edgar Wright wanted to do, but you know, they wouldn't let him do.
Exactly. Like,
so
yeah, I mean, the movie does have problems. Like, a lot of the fight scenes are kind of nonsensical and overly edited, but that one fight scene that went all Coogler-tastic and, like, you know, one shot, like, going in and out and swooping and all over the place. Holy crap! That was one of the coolest things in a Marvel movie to date. I think.
Hopefully, the hurt. Like, I mean, there's all these movies that have these moments. Like Deadpool proved, hey, you can have an R-rated superhero movie, and then Logan was a different type of R-rated superhero movie and succeeded. This just like I forgot where I read it, but somebody said finally a movie with a predominantly black cast that isn't about slavery. Gang violence, and it was just like right on. At least could this at least be the first movie in a bunch where we just have a predominantly black cast that doesn't have to be, something historic or something tremendously urban, for lack of a better term.
Well, that's the thing. The fact that like a lot of movies with black casts tend to revolve around the fact that we're black,
right?
And how they compare themselves to. Whereas I never got that with Black Panther at all. I don't like the fact that he's black is a part of.
Well, the fact that he's wait, hold on.
No, he's frozen for me too. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Okay,
Peter, we don't hear you. Sorry.
Well, I think the fact that it's African is more important than he's black, which is an interesting.
Well, yeah,
to try and piggyback off of
right. Well, I mean, and it goes back to what I said about Annihilation. For all of that pussyfooting about Ghostbusters, go see it because it's women, whatever. How about you go see a movie that's predominantly female because it's good and predominantly female. I mean, Annihilation's incredible.
I really freaking like it. Yeah, we should talk about Annihilation while he's gone so we don't spoil anything.
Yeah. It's a shame. That movie's going to be gone in 2 weeks.
And my question is, are we going to get it here in the States on Netflix then? Or is it just the rest of the world?
I don't know. What's a shame is if you like sci-fi movies and you like that complete experience, visual, audio, you need to see Annihilation in a cinema because that third act is just, I don't know what to compare it to.
I don't want to say, unless we throw up a spoiler warning, I don't want to get anything specific, but just one little fun fact. The Thing. Mm-hmm. It's Dancing Girl from Ex Machina.
Really?
Yeah. Same.
Really?
I mean, I'm trying to stay as vague as I can, but yeah. Yeah. Isn't that pretty cool?
That's pretty badass.
That's like Alex Garland's thing, like stuff moving like that. Like that's pretty cool. Like moving in unison. Like I dig it. There's something eerie and beautiful about it. I love.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like for a director to have that to be his thing, I'm down.
We got Cody in the chat, Dylan in the chat, Daniel in the chat, Sassy Southern Girl, Melissa, excuse me. She's taking her niece and a friend to see Wrinkle in Time for the birthdays. Wrinkle in Time. I'm excited for that. Speaking of Goodbye Annihilation.
Well, what I love is the stories about how like A Wrinkle in Time and Black Panther are like being edited like literally across the hall from each other, and like Ava, Ava and Ryan Coogler would like go back and forth and like just kind of have fun as they were editing their movies together. Like
that's really cool.
That's adorable. Not to get away from Annihilation, but that's really cool.
Right. So you saw both new releases this week.
Yeah. And I loved Game Night with such an overwhelming passion. I can't even. Right.
So I guess, I mean, it's great. It's great that something like Black Panther is doing so well for whatever reason you want it to do well. That's great. My thing is, as a movie fan, Game Night, you rarely get a really good R-rated comedy, and it's really good. And I don't think there's nudity. I don't think they focus on sex. It's R-rated based on language and violence. It's not like, we're American Pie here.
Titties.
Titties, sex joke. Oh, I'm fucking a pie. There's none of that. It's like, I don't want to call it like a smart comedy, but it's a good time. It's shot really well for a fucking comedy. I don't know how the fuck they did that.
Dude, like I can't even tell you. I almost cried from both the beauty of that scene with Jesse Plemons and his dog, like on the corner the first time, just like the fact like the camera kept pushing in. I guess to get Yeah, no, great camera work, and I've been waiting for this comedy for years. Sorry, I'm just really excited.
Right.
I love this movie.
Right. There's a scene where they're throwing something around in a mansion. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That, if it's not a one shot, it's a beautifully simulated one shot.
Yeah, like goddamn, that scene was awesome.
Yeah, up and down floors. It's really, really neat. It's just.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, it's just like we've talked about this before briefly with like things like Ghostbusters and Baywatch and Jumanji. Like they're okay, and I loved Ghostbusters when I first saw it, but it's kind of faded a bit. But it's like so many comedies these days rely on just improv, and I love improv. Like I've done more improv in my acting career than anything else times 10.
Right.
But it's like when your entire movie is improvised and you don't really have a great script. And every scene is just like 18 cameras just shooting everything so that you make sure you get the person who said the funny thing. And the lighting is just very static and just very even and sitcom.
Right. Yeah.
Right? It takes something away. But then you have Game Night that has like shadows and atmosphere, and it knows when to push the camera in for intensity or to do one really long take for a chase scene because it's awesome. Like
fuck the establishing shots are made to look like they show these neighborhoods, and they're done to look like game boards, like the game of life. Like they show a neighborhood, and you're like, is that real? I don't know if that's real or that's awesome.
Right? Welcome back, Peter. But yeah, like this movie had a style to it. It wasn't just improv. Are you on your phone, Peter?
I'm on my phone. My computer decided to crash on me for some reason.
You actually look better on your phone than you do on your computer. What the hell?
I was like, screw it. I'm going to turn the phone on and do the phone, which my phone will probably die sooner or later too, but I'll try and boot the computer back up.
Yeah, but dude, respect. Sorry. Like you're a trooper. Like, that's dope, dude.
So we don't know what the last thing you said was, but
what I was just saying was that I liked the fact that Black Panther didn't go, I'm black every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Film. Like it just like you don't see Tony Stark go, I'm white.
Yeah.
Tony Stark never refers to the fact that he's a white dude. Why? Because he's a white dude.
I want to see
it would come off a little tacky in this country too.
Right? And Black Panther never wanted to. I'm black, and because no, it's just it's part of who he is, just as Tony Stark's part is being white.
Could you imagine in Avengers when like Captain America's like, without the suit, what are you? And Tony's like, oh, genius, philanthropist, playboy, white.
Yeah,
right.
Clearly, it's just. But you quite often see that in movies where like it's the race is more than just like it's one of those things where like they have to draw attention to the fact, and it's like why would you draw attention to the fact in Wakanda especially? It's like,
well, I think it was like if they were Samoan. It was about the culture. It reminded me the way Moana did that culture. It was more about the culture. It didn't. Yeah. The skin color didn't matter so much as it was a look into a different type of culture, which is good.
Yeah.
Let's get away from I'm white and this is what I do. I'm black.
It was more Moana than Pocahontas. This is true, and that's a good thing.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, is it the greatest Marvel movie? No. Is it the best movie this month? No. But is it a good first step? I hope so.
I would put it in the top 5 of Marvel, but then again, like a lot of so actually here I got a list here. So my current top 5 for Marvel is Iron Man 3, Ragnarok, Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. That's my top 5.
Wow. Whoa! One more time with feeling.
Iron Man 3 or Ragnarok, Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. Is that enough feeling?
Wow.
Well,
none of the Avengers.
My top 5.
No.
Maybe Black Panther's close to it.
It's cool.
Wow.
It's cool. I know that I'm the outlier. I know the internet hates Iron Man 3. I got no problem with that.
So Melissa's clarifying. Does Logan count for you, Lindsey?
Oh, well, I mean, it's not MCU. So
No.
not really, but if I were to include it, it would probably be in there. Yeah, I don't know what I would knock out for it.
Am I the only person? Am I the only person that really enjoys Iron Man 1 like a lot?
It's number 6. Iron Man 1 is 6. Like,
yeah, look at that white screen. That's awesome.
I also like the Hulk a lot, but no one seems to care.
Whoa! Which one? Edward Norton or?
Yeah, Edward Norton.
Okay. Edward Norton. Yeah.
I like the Edward Norton Hulk movie. I was disappointed. I like Mark Ruffalo a lot, but I was disappointed when all of a sudden Edward Norton's not the Hulk anymore. And I'm like, what happened?
Richard Gere never played the Incredible Hulk. I'm sorry. I just ruined a brilliant line from.
Oh, it was so good.
From Game Night.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny Nightmare in the chat. Hey, Danny.
What up?
I'm excited to see the awards, sir.
Oh, the Oscars?
No, they're doing doing a horror, like a legit over on Horror Addicts. They're doing horror awards.
Oh, the horror. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Ice Cream Truck, just absolutely robbed for the record.
Of course.
I was going to say, is it nominated for Best Picture?
Hashtag horror, not ice cream.
I mean, I'll let them slide on Ice Cream Truck as long as they pay Bye Bye Man respects. Like, Bye Bye Man must be up for everything.
He's specifying Scares is the title. A with 3 H's. Thank you, Danny.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, I derailed this briefly.
Oh, Wish Upon must be.
Wish Upon.
Oh no, Friend Request. That was it. Oh my god, that movie was terrible.
Oh. Wait, was that even last year?
Yeah, no, that was all 2017. Yeah, Bye Bye Man, Wish Upon.
There's much great horrors there was in 2017. There was a real bad. There was peaks and valleys, man.
Also, it wasn't The Forest.
Oh, I didn't see The Forest.
Was that last year? Starring Logan Paul?
Wait, was The Forest the one that became Blair Witch? What was the one that became Blair Witch? Was that The Woods?
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Like, originally they advertised this movie, The Woods or something like that, and then it was like, hey, tricked you, it's Blair Witch. Like, maybe I'm the only person that remembers that.
Oh yeah, Danny, you should do like a shitties version, like just the wait, what are they called? The Razzies, the Razzies version of horror. Then you'd see some ice cream trucks and Bye Bye Man.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, so Annihilation.
It was a good year for horror, though. Like, Get Out, It Comes at Night. It's I was like, what's the big one? I know I'm missing.
It actually made money.
Yes.
There's 2 or 3. I mean, I like Alien Covenant. I'm going to be that.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know. Really good. I'm not in a hurry to watch it again, but I thought it was dope. Like, got my mind like thinking about stuff. It's cool.
Danny says Blair Witch 2 was called The Forest until it was finished.
The Forest. Oh, until they finished it. Okay.
Okay.
Then I think there was like a big thing at Comic-Con where everyone went in for the Forest screening, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is Blair Witch," and then they came out and they were like surrounded by Blair Witch stuff. They really pushed that gimmick hard. It didn't pay off, but they tried.
Really cute. Hey, good job, guys. You can market a movie. Can you make a movie? So.
Oh my God! More bad horror. Goddamn, sorry. Death Note.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
The Netflix movie, right? Yeah.
Just gotta pay respects to that. Oh God, did we lose Peter again?
Nope, not yet. Give me a second.
Okay, we still got audio. That's all that matters.
Still there. I'm doing something.
So I'm gonna try to tie into somebody's reference to Alien Covenant and Annihilation not doing well. I'm gonna say that it reminds me a lot of Prometheus.
Annihilation, you mean?
Yeah, and well, to a degree, the film itself, but the fact that it's just not going to do well.
Yeah. And
it's a bit smarter.
Yeah.
Like, Arrival. Arrival didn't do too well either.
The Oscar push didn't really help that much in the end.
Can we, is the whole group just fucking, does the whole country have to pay?
Oh, dude, actually, Arrival worldwide did $203 million.
Arrival did pretty well.
On what budget? Worldwide?
47 million. Yeah.
What's the U.S. growth?
U.S. gross for Arrival was 100, and it was 100 and change, and then it was 102 and change for foreign.
Go with it.
Well, yeah, it made back its budget, and
it did good. But yeah, Annihilation's probably not going to do too much better than 40 million if it hits 40.
How did Ex Machina do? That's a good question.
Not good. I think 50 or less, 60-ish.
I will find out. Go ahead and just vamp for a bit.
Yeah.
So I guess
that being his last movie that he did.
I just want I feel like there can't be smart good. Well, I'm not even smart. Just why can't there be good movies that people want to see?
Oh, and look at Blade Runner.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
It's like
I saw that twice in theaters in 1 week, just in the opening week, just to try and give it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna, but I'm the determining factor for opening.
Are is the American audience just not smart? I'm not trying to be a fuckhead, but what's a fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the question becomes what really smart movies? Which ones did do that good? So Arrival did good. Ex Machina did decent against a $15 million budget. It pulled 36 million, so a little more than doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Not great, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of always been the questions for the bigger movies. Can you risk the $100 million budget on a thing that nobody's ever heard of before and doesn't look familiar? And that's a question that goes back who knows how far. The Matrix did good. But how many other crazy sci-fi movies from the 90s did?
Like Dark City.
Dark City? Did The Fifth Element? That's a cult classic, but did it do well?
Yeah, it just feels strange. Something like 2001, everybody enjoyed that.
Actually, The Fifth Element did really well. I take it back. To almost 270 million worldwide.
Well, it's strange because
that was a hit, but I don't know.
Oh, actually, sorry. Domestically, Fifth Element only did 63 million.
Oh, wow.
Internationally, it did 200 million. So in the States, with a few exceptions, sci-fi doesn't do great.
It's the same thing with Blade Runner. Blade Runner did all right by all intents and purposes, but in the States, it was nah. I'll go see Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Internationally, Blade Runner almost doubled what it did here. That's crazy.
It's strange because a movie like Inception just slaughtered, and that's you could explain the plot to me now, and I'd be like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Inception was the perfect storm of it had a cast that was recognizable, at least for Leo. And big name.
Levitt.
So it had some bankable stars. It had a guy that
Nolan was at his peak.
Movies that people liked.
Yeah.
And it looked like the Matrix. I remember watching the Matrix trailer. And I literally was like, I have no clue what that movie's about. But I see it. I was like, I don't know if Keanu Reeves' character is a good guy or a bad guy. I can't even tell. I'm like, maybe there's multiple ones. I really don't even know. But I was like, I got to see that movie. And I think Inception had the same thing where it's it literally gave you enough in the trailer that it was like, that looks freaking amazing. I have no clue what it's about. And then it pulled it off and word of mouth just took it from there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's they're few and far between the sci-fi hits that are recognizably blockbusters. They're not many of them out there right now. I don't know why. Because it's my favorite genre, but I don't know.
I love sci-fi. Yeah.
Jason says, I hated 2001 Space Odyssey. I didn't care to see 30 minutes of chimps running around to Ric Flair's music. Woo!
It is funny because the first time I watched 2001 Space Odyssey was a bunch of years back, and I was just like, what's going on? And since then, I think I've seen it 2 or 3 more times. And I've come to appreciate it for being phenomenally amazing on a lot of levels. I actually even got to see it in theater. I took my daughters and wife to see it in theaters and stuff. And I explained to them, I said, listen, this isn't a movie that you've seen before. This is not any movie you've seen before. It's not linear plot the same way. A lot of stuff's gonna happen that you're like probably confused. And we came out of it, and they're like, "I loved it. It was great." And let me tell you what happened. And my daughter broke down what she thinks happened. I was like, "Wow, you got that. Like you're 13. You got that way faster than I did when I was in my 20s." So it's just
Melissa asks, she's seeing Black Panther on Friday. Do you think it'll still be busy?
Yes.
Probably. I mean, it probably won't be packed, but like
on
half
Friday
house.
It will be.
On
Friday. On Friday and Saturday it will be. But...
It's Red Sparrow and Death Wish.
Yep.
And
Death Wish is gonna bomb. So
I hope Death Wish bombs.
I don't think that movie's gonna do. It might do okay, but I don't think it's.
It was supposed to come out last year.
Oh, that's right.
They moved it. They moved it back.
If you cut that 111 in half, and say maybe 50 million this weekend,
it's still
that's still a strong March week.
It's still going to be Red Sparrow and Death Wish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Red Sparrow will be the 1A, 2, whatever, the competition for the week at least.
Yeah.
I think the possibility of seeing Jennifer Lawrence boobs is going to give it a very good, strong opening weekend.
Have you guys seen?
Is rated R, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if that means that you're actually going to see stuff this time.
Have you seen that there's two versions of the commercial? One where she's wearing the bikini and she's got that tit window for one of the bikini scenes, but like at certain times of the day, it looks like she's wearing a full black bikini.
Oh, weird.
No.
I have, not that I was staring at just her tits, but for some reason they have two different versions of that commercial.
That's interesting. I noticed that actually.
Movie.
It's the PG cut, the PG-13 cut, and the rated R cut.
Yeah.
The Snyder cut and the non-Snyder cut. Like,
yeah.
Actually, so I did notice that once with the Independence Day sequel. Like the first trailer that I saw, you couldn't really see the aliens in this one shot, but then when I saw it in theaters, you could see the aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always wondered about that. Like, why was there two different? Yeah, it was like maybe, yeah. Maybe the effect wasn't done yet.
So we haven't been around in a while. Lindsey, I'm going to ask you to go back to the opening weekend of 50 Shades, which I guess was February 9th through 11th.
Yes, I think so.
And then mark our predictions just so we get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess for that week, my predictions was 50 Shades first, Peter second, Jumanji third, Greatest fourth.
And the actual rundown was?
I thought I had that here. Let me pull that up.
Okay.
So that was, what weekend was that? The 13th?
The 9th through the 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peter, do you remember what you chose?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I had 50 Shades, Peter Rabbit, 15-17 to Paris.
Oh, more.
Jumanji, and then Greatest Showman.
Peter wins it then.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, it was 50, Peter, Paris, Jumanji. Yeah. Well done, Peter.
Jesus Christ, Peter.
There we go.
Wow.
Oof. Well done, sir.
Oh, wait, that was opening weekend for 15-17, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
it opened.
Fuck that movie.
Oh, it was so bad.
That movie dropped off fast, from what I hear.
We didn't make 20 minutes, Lindsey.
20 minutes with what?
We left.
You left?
Yeah. No, it was way too. It was way too pure flixy and way too fucking American propaganda. Where it was just like, stop, just stop. Who's directing this? Get out.
Which is the thing. It's like
out.
I understand Clint Eastwood loves America, like because listen, Clint Eastwood's my favorite actor, but it's like
he's a good actor. It's hard to say he's not. He's a talented dude.
Dude, my God is worth more than your statistics is an actual line in that movie, and it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Emily chimes in. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't even know if she's watching. She chimes in the chat. There's just again. We've only seen 20 minutes, but there's a scene where two young kids Just
I finished it. I finished it. Just so
good
you know.
for you.
Yeah.
Where's your medal being sent?
Lindsay's like, I paid money for this. I'm not leaving.
No, well, Movie Pass paid money for this. I'm getting Movie Pass's value.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like it's just like if you told me it was a pure flicks movie, I'd be like, not bad.
It totally is. Like you compare it to things like Miracles from Heaven or Heaven is for Real.
God's Not Dead or some shit like that.
Well, specifically the ones that are based on true stories.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they're like, we don't actually have a story to tell here, so we're just going to have anecdotes from the lives of the people, and they're not going to connect to anything. They're not going to matter, and at the end of the movie, you're going to forget about them. But we need to hit 2 hours somehow, and we only have 20 minutes of story. So,
yeah.
For the record, when the train thing started happening at the hour 45-minute mark or whatever the fuck it was, it was well done.
No, see, we left after like over exposition when they were in the beginning of the train. There's a dude waiting, and he's like, that guy's been in the bathroom for 10 minutes, and then he walks up, and then there's another guy waiting next to the bathroom, and he goes, yeah, he's almost been in here for like 10 minutes now. It's just like, are we going to hear this from every single person who's waiting for the fucking bathroom?
And here's something fun, because I finished the movie.
Good
so that I just want props for that.
That guy never gets out of the bathroom.
It's been 15 minutes. It's been 20 minutes.
He literally died on the shitter, worst terrorist ever. Okay, so that guy that you're talking about who first noticed that the guy had been in there for 10 minutes, he's based on a real person who was on the train, and so there's 4 heroes from this incident. The 3 Americans that the movie focuses on, and then this 4th guy that noticed the guy had been in the bathroom. And of the 4 heroes of this event, the 3 young, strong, strapping Americans, or the young Americans, are played by the actors that lived the event, which is interesting.
Are played by the actual people, right?
Yeah, which is interesting, but they're terrible actors, so they suck. But
which, by the way, the actors that are actors suck too, because Judy Greer, what happened to you?
Oh, they all phoned it in because they knew what they were doing. Like, they knew they were there to try and make the other people look better, and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm not trying." but anyway, okay.
If I act, they're not. You're going to tell that they suck, so I can't act. I'm just going to be bad.
Yeah. And then you got Pam from The Office who had like 2 lines. Why hire Jennifer Fisher if you only give her 2 lines?
Yeah, if you want to get fucking blitzed during that movie, take a shot when either the American flag, a gun, or the cross is in a shot.
Yeah,
you will be gone 10 minutes in.
Okay. So sorry. There's one point. So there's
I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I got off on the tangent too. So there's this 4th guy who in the movie is not played by the person who was actually in the shooting.
Yeah,
he's the only one who's not. He's the only one that actually tried to stop the terrorist who's not. And when you see him in real life at the end of the movie, because the movie does do one interesting thing where it shows like the award ceremony that all those guys were at as like a wrap up point.
And Chewie doesn't get a medal.
Exactly. But that 4th guy isn't in the real life is this chubby, sorry dude, but kind of ugly looking, like not visually interesting whatsoever person. But the guy that played him in the movie,
John Hamm.
Yeah, much younger, much better looking, in great shape, probably had a 6-pack, and it's like, come on. Like, why?
Come on, there's lots of out of work actors out there who are kind of chubby and could do that role.
I know about 15. I will give you names, Hollywood, if you want chubby or actors that need work. I know them.
Yeah, just what? See, like,
which is sad because, like, I like Eastwood's movies. A lot of them. I think he's a pretty solid director.
I agree immensely. I prefer him as a director than an actor.
Well, I prefer him as an actor, but that's only because, like, I love him as an actor. Like,
well, he's done stuff behind and in front of the camera.
I'll be the first guy to say he's not the best actor in the world. He's just my favorite actor. Him and Bill Murray are tied because they're so freaking different. Like, that it's fine, but it's like he's my favorite actor, but he's not the best actor. There's way better actors than Clint Eastwood.
He's a solid director. Like,
he is.
Our Fathers, Letters to Iwo Jima, Mystic River.
I think that's why I'm even harder on this movie, because it's like there's no excuse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if this had been made by Joe Schmo, like at Pure Flix, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But it's freaking Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably his equivalent of a paycheck movie. Like, oh, whatever. I'll point the camera and shoot some cheesy shit.
Sully was good.
Sully was good. Somebody, I forgot who brought it up.
Sully was all right.
American Sniper is kind of, borderline propaganda. Yay,
it
America.
is,
but it's still a good fucking movie.
But it's a good movie. It's a good movie that I was really into, and then I found out like most of the stuff didn't happen.
Oh yeah,
the guy's not nearly as cool as.
And then the ending, you're just like, oh, I feel like a dick.
Yeah, I was just like, well, that was a good movie that I never need to see again because I could just like accept it that was the movie version and I'll accept that. But it was still a good movie. Like he knows how to make a movie. I don't know what happened in this case. But what was he thinking? Maybe he's getting older. Like he's getting seriously older at this point. Maybe he's just like, yeah, and we'll do this, and everyone's like, yeah, Clint, do what you want.
Jason, Patriots Day's probably the best Peter Berg movie so far.
That's the one I haven't seen actually, which is funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I just saw Deepwater Horizon a couple weeks back.
He's getting better. Better.
And I like Lone Survivor.
I agree with you.
That was really solid movie.
Yeah. I mean, that plays into our discussion from a couple weeks back, where modern war movies aren't about how shitty war is, but man, Americans are fucking awesome. Holy shit. Go ahead.
So one more part in 1517 in Paris. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So there's this explicit scene in Germany because there's like 45 minutes of this fucking movie where they're just backpacking through Europe and it's absolutely nothing's happening. But there's a scene when they're in Germany and they're learning about Hitler in the bunker in the movie 1517 to Paris. And the guy who's giving the tour is like, oh, and so here's where the bunker was. And Hitler killed himself when the Russians closed in. And then one of the American heroes is like, oh, I thought he killed himself because the Americans were closing in. And then the guy's like, no. It was the Russians. Americans aren't always the heroes. Oh, how ironic.
Except in this movie. Da, da, da.
Exactly. Like, just lay it on thick there, bro. Just keep pouring that on. Just keep.
Oh, Lindsey, welcome. Yeah, we're not really talking much horror today. I apologize.
Oh,
Lindsey's talking to us already.
Oh no, not you, Lindsey. Girl, Lindsey.
Hi there, Lindsey. How's it going?
What do you mean? Lindsey's a girl's name too?
Yeah, you just got to switch one of the vowels.
It is. Like, it is funny. I know a guy, and my brother-in-law was at a wedding with this guy. Didn't know him, and he saw his name, and his name is Brittany.
Oh.
And he sat down in, like, you go to a wedding and they have the names on the tables and stuff. So this guy sat down in Brittany's place, and he's Brittany, and he's like, dude, that's a girl's seat. And he's like, no, it's my seat. It's okay. And he's like, no, it's a girl's seat. It's Brittany's seat. He goes, I don't know who Brittany is, but she's not here yet. And he's like, Brittany is me. And
man.
And it's like no, and he goes. I don't know why his parents called him Brittany, but it's like he goes by Brit. All his friends call him Brit and stuff. But it's just like, I'm a dude. My name's Brittany. It's just like, oh, so it's one of those names that you can have for both. Okay.
Yeah, people should just name their kids Chris and Pat, and then just let the world run amok.
Maybe a Paul every now and again, but let's not get too crazy.
Well, we could sort of kind of pivot here and faintly dip the toes into horror. Eli Roth is directing the remake that is starring Bruce Willis, Death Wish.
Well, I'll give it this. It's the best looking Bruce Willis movie for the last bunch of years. But that's not saying much.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's not even saying much at all because I liked Red.
Well, no, I love Red.
I love Red. I'm talking since Red happened.
Okay,
The last 3 years, he's made mostly low budget indie.
Yeah, I enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Venice, but that doesn't have much to do with him and his performance. I mean, we just watched Die Hard, Emily's first time ever.
Oh, really?
How did she like it?
She thought it was
Yeah.
Which was like taking a fucking hot spoon to my stomach and just fucking jamming it around.
Times before. It's
yeah.
Like, no, you haven't.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it was better when it was called Point Break. I'm like,
okay, so I showed some friends of mine years ago The Abyss.
Yeah.
Like the
I
James
haven't
Cameron
seen
movie.
that yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
I mean, for like an 80s, like, you know, okay,
Sure.
it's a very good early James Cameron movie. But there's a scene in it where they're like trying to resuscitate someone with CPR. And my friend who was watching was like, "Oh, we've never seen this scene before." I'm like, "Shut up! It was the first one."
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to show somebody something where it's just...
Well, it's like the Dumb and Dumber thing, where like if you've seen Dumb and Dumber, they're at the cafe and he goes, "Oh, the monkeys, they were really influential in the Beatles." And
yeah,
it's, you know, it's like,
yeah, it's that.
like when
it's that
action scenes
serious.
happen and people go, "Oh, the Matrix copied this," and it's like, no, it did not.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, every now and again, Con Air is like always on Showtime, and
Yeah.
both of us love it. Yeah,
My daughters just saw that for the first time. They liked it a lot,
and she enjoys. I mean, we both enjoy the humor, and I'm like, the humor doesn't exist in this movie without Die Hard. I just fucking...
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, chicken and egg, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was eh. But you know, what I meant to say was, you know, you watch Die Hard and everything he was doing, and you know, the charisma that he had. It's just like,
I know.
Even good. Armageddon, a little bit. He still had a little bit of it left in Armageddon.
No, he was good in Armageddon too. It's like, especially the scenes where he's like yelling at people and stuff.
Yeah, just. I mean, I don't know. He could bring it back. I don't know.
But he could. That's the thing. He's a really good actor and he wants to be. But in the last bunch of years, he's just been like, yeah, I'm willing to make crap. Like since Surrogates and.
I liked Surrogates.
Come on. It was. I
said I liked it. Did I say it's good?
See,
what was that terrible movie he made? Vice. Have you seen Vice?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Freaking awful. It has Thomas Jane in it too, and I love Thomas Jane. And it was just like, that is a freaking awful movie. So, like last bunch of years, he's just made crap. Like he's been willing to make crap. I don't understand it. Like, because dude, you're supposed to be a box office draw.
Which makes me nervous because why is Eli Roth directing Death?
Yes.
Is it going to be a horror movie?
It's rated R. I mean, I haven't seen Eli Roth do anything remotely close to normal.
Have you seen Death Wish, the original?
With Charles Bronson, yes. Yeah. With Jeff Goldblum, the rapist, you mean?
Yes, Jeff Goldblum, the rapist.
Yes, I have.
I hope that comes back.
I just showed it to my daughters because, like, the new one coming out. I don't want to watch the new one, but I was like, hey, before anyone fills your head with nonsense, let me show you the real thing. And it's so not an action movie.
No, it's crime.
It's a crime movie, a drama where this guy is trying to get over his wife being killed and his daughter being assaulted and raped, and it's just like, and he kills someone and finds that it helps him, and then like, but it's like, and the police track him down. Like it's not what this one is. Like this one, he's like freaking got machine guns and like he's getting names and going and killing people. And like in the first one, he literally, like in the real one, he literally just, it's all guys who come at him that he decides to kill. Yeah. He doesn't go hunting for any one person in particular because he knows he'll never find the guys that killed his wife. So he's just like, he takes anyone he can get. But this one, he's like, oh, the ice cream man? I'll go kill that drug dealer for you. It looks terrible.
If they bring Jeff Goldblum back exclusively to rape somebody, I will give this movie 5 stars.
As the Fly.
As the Fly.
Stuttering like in Jurassic Park. The thing about what I'm about to do is you won't like it.
Yes, you would.
Yes. Post ejaculation, he says life finds a way.
Yes. He's like, here's some chaos theory for you. Oh yeah.
No, Lindsey.
Yeah, I would.
Ice Cream Man is fine. Ice Cream Truck, not so much.
It's just, it looks terrible.
Faster. Must go faster. Oh, yes, he could say that during the race.
Yeah. Someone may come. Except me. Wait a minute. Someone may come.
Yeah, but the pirates, when the Pirates of the Caribbean broke down, they didn't eat all the guests.
Yeah, that would make this a much better movie.
Oh, please.
Oh, I'm always looking for a future ex Mrs. Malcolm.
Yes.
Oh, please. Somebody call whoever makes that movie quick.
Yeah. Add the scene.
We just need a cameo, that's all.
Yeah.
We can start a GoFundMe for the line.
Or he should be like, literally walk by and see the 3 kids that are like, and be like, hey, dude, you should go rape them. My career worked out great.
Oh, this podcast is getting so dark so quickly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. There's Death Wish, starring sleeping Bruce Willis and directed by, I'm gonna fit gore in somehow,
Eli Roth, yeah.
Ooh,
faced.
I don't know.
I don't see that. I mean, I hope there's layover for Game Night and Annihilation. I really do.
Yeah, so do I. What else is out?
Red Sparrow.
I think Red Sparrow is going to take the weekend.
Oh, you mean Salt too?
It totally looks like La Femme Nikita, Point of Return.
Salt 2, Black Widow the movie.
I was going to say, and Black Widow the movie all thrown into one. Like, that's what it looks like.
Although, if Red Sparrow does good, that could make Disney go like, hey, guys, maybe we should stop dragging our feet on this Black Widow movie. I mean, it's like everyone kind of wants it. It's just like, should we get on this?
They won't make it R. Wait, isn't Red Sparrow R?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You might see some tatas. Little tats and ass. In that
you
movie.
will. I don't know if you'll see Jennifer.
Listen, let's. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to be a beacon for the women. I want to see Edgerton's Crank.
I was going to say I want to see Edgerton's Edge.
I do not, but that's me.
Just for the sake of
parody.
Like
parody as in like equal value.
Sure.
Not parody as in like Weird Al Yankovic parody.
Yeah, like let's point and make fun.
Yeah, not that.
You know what? Actually, I'll give, because I ragged on her earlier, I'll give Baywatch this. It didn't take the opportunity to just go boob-tastic and show a bunch of boobs, and it did show a dick just to subvert expectations.
Yeah. Did it?
Yeah, it showed a dick. That was one of the few parts of the movie that, yeah, right? Like, hey, you guys did a thing. Good job.
I think, it's about time. Listen, if I'm going to look, I'm just saying, like, just because I'm looking at a pair of tits and I know that Hollywood wants me to enjoy that, why can't it be a dom or whatever it is?
Because guys are just generally like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but you're on a date. I mean, it's unfortunate that a movie like 50 Shades 1, 2, or 3, there's no penis
just
shot.
Absolute refusal.
You know damn well who's watching those fucking movies. Like, just
we saw everything of Poor to Go to Johnson, but what's his face can't even show his shaft. It's like, come on.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's not cool.
Like, I'm straight, but
right.
like,
no, that's straight as an arrow.
For the sake of art.
Depends on who's asking, but I'm straight. But it's.
If Chris Hemsworth walks into a bar and I'm drunk, I might make a shot. Like,
come on, Chris Hemsworth.
Do I get to take a photo? Is my question. I need proof.
I'll get if it ever happens, I'll get you your photo. And just a shout out to the chat real quick, Lindsey. I am also kind of over Jennifer Lawrence. I like her when she's good, but she sleeps through so many movies.
And she's getting a little mousy.
Yeah.
And her what did she said something about a movie that she didn't even see, and it was just like,
I don't know.
I forgot what she said something recently. She was an absolute cunt during the Oscars a couple of years back because the person didn't speak English. I was asking her a question. If you guys remember that, he was reading.
Vaguely remember.
He was reading the interpretation off his phone. She's like, "Well, maybe if you put your phone down," and it was like, "Dude, he doesn't speak English, you idiot."
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. She does put her foot in her mouth a lot. Like recently, she was talking about the Phantom Thread, and she's like, I got through about 3 minutes of it. It's like, I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but someone who started a movie like Mother earlier this year, maybe you should support movies like Phantom Thread. Like, I don't know. Even if you don't like it, don't badmouth it, publicly.
If she's not in it, it's not worth seeing, though. So.
Lindsay says she'd rather look at boobs than a dong. I mean, come on, they're not really great looking. Dongs aren't. Well, yeah, I mean,
this is true.
Just something. I don't know. It's just
they're not. I don't know. Like I like to say to my wife every time like she sees that like Game of Thrones when one pops up and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to see that." It's just I'm like, "Oh, sorry." And I was like,
yeah.
And so I put my pants back on, and then it's like I turn the TV back on. And, yeah, sorry.
Except for Hodor's dong. The internet needed Hodor dong.
It's bad that I get turned on when Alien is on, right?
Yeah. Well, which one?
The xenomorph. A big dripping phallic item. Is that acceptable?
More or less.
More or less.
Are you in touch with your inner xenomorph?
Well, I don't know what it says about somebody sexually who likes the face hugger, because that's everything in one.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
That's a vagina that spits out a penis-shaped thing. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to this.
I was like, how did we get on this conversation?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't know. Oh, so the other movie this weekend is Red Sparrow.
Oh, yes.
Starring the ever so charming Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, I think Jennifer Lawrence is a very talented actress. I think she's just fell into a phase of not caring.
Yeah. Well, like all the X-Men movies.
Particularly, I think she sleptwalked through the last couple X-Men films, and definitely through, for me, I don't know, the end of Hunger Games. She just didn't seem to care.
Those Oscar-worthy movies.
But
speaking of her choice of Phantom Thread.
Yeah,
man.
But I don't know. It's one of those things. She she can act, she's done really good stuff. So, if she finds something she gets passionate about, I guess it'll be cool.
Yeah, Passengers was not a good movie, but she was good in it.
I still have yet to see that.
It was okay.
It's okay. I was being harsh. It gets worse the more you think about it. It's one of those.
Oh yeah. I would imagine on repeat viewing, you're like, go fuck yourself with this thing.
Yeah. That's not one I want to return to. I have a feeling it'll get very bad if I do. But actually, what's funny is I movie hopped that. Not this. When it came out, I movie hopped it with The Sing. That was an interesting day at the movies.
Interesting is a good word.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. So I'll bring up last weekend really quick. Somebody's going to have to write down my picks because, all right, so this weekend it's Red Sparrow and Death Wish. Go ahead, guys. pick the winners.
So I guess the question is, could Red Sparrow beat 55 million?
No.
So it's probably going to be Black Panther first. So here I'll go. So I'm going to say Black Panther is going to take it, followed by Red Sparrow, and then I'm going to be ballsy. So I'm going to go Black Panther, Red Sparrow, Game Night, Annihilation.
Death Wish doesn't even make it?
No Death Wish. But then again, I'm the worst at this. I think mine have been consistently the most wrong because I try and live dreams and they never fulfill.
Yes.
There's mine.
Peter, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Black Panther, Red Sparrow. Sadly, I'm gonna go Peter Rabbit.
Ooh.
Death Wish.
Ooh.
And it hurts me to say that. I think Game Night and Annihilation will go away. And I don't want them to, so don't take it that way, but I think they will.
All right, I got mine written down, so I can't forget that. And Peter, you're going no Annihilation, no Game Night. Okay, so.
All right, I'm gonna say fuck it. Black Panther for the block. Number 1. Number 2. Red Sparrow.
Death Wish.
Number 3, Game Night.
Okay.
Number 4, Death Wish.
Okay, cool. Then we got some variation. Then that's good. That's good. Okay.
No one has the same one. So.
Yeah, I mean, we all have the same first two, but
yeah,
I don't want to be right though. Like I want Annihilation. Oh, how great would it be if
I
Annihilation
definitely don't want to be
jumped.
right, man. If Annihilation and Game Night disappear off the top 4, that'll be sad. Like at least, like but it's the way people are moving. I just don't get it.
Bearded Slasher says Black Panther won't be top again this week.
You think Red Sparrow's going to beat it? Really?
That's a bold choice.
Have you heard any buzz about Red Sparrow? Because I haven't.
No, I don't know. It's been screened by critics. I don't know what
I've seen commercials. Oh yeah, do we have RT scores yet, Lindsay?
Actually, I'm checking that out right now. So Red Sparrow RT.
So if the embargo is still up, that means bad things.
64%.
Yeah.
Oh, 61%. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 46 fresh, 30 rotten. The critic consensus is Red Sparrow's tense character-driven story, elevated by outstanding work from Jennifer Lawrence, helps this typical spy thriller overcomes its somewhat uneven narrative.
Yawn. For the record, Game Night is like an 80-something.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
God, Game Night is so good.
Fucking R-rated comedy.
But if I could only see one of
R-rated
those,
comedy.
if I see Game Night or Annihilation, what should I go see?
Ooh.
Well, if it depends. Are you going by yourself, with the wife?
I'm going with the wife, but she loves sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
Annihilation.
And
Annihilation.
she saw Game Night and saw the trailer and thought it looked good. But
Okay.
she's a big sci-fi fan.
Annihilation, but don't look into it at all.
Yeah, don't research anything.
I've seen the trailer a couple times, but I haven't looked at anything new. So,
by the way, I read up on the book Annihilation a little bit, and that book sounds atrocious.
Yeah.
Annihilation.
It's amazing that Alex Garland turned that book into this movie.
There's 3 of them.
There is, yes.
The second one takes place. They jump around in time a little bit. That trilogy.
Well,
I believe
he
the second one
completely,
takes place
ignores the second and the third one. He only focuses on the first one, and I haven't read them.
The second one, they take all the people from the first one and put them in a scenario where they have to hunt each other down, and they get sponsors. And
Hunger Games. I was about to say. It's funny. The sponsors is the thing that gave that away from you. Like, oh, that's Hunger Games.
Patrick Holmes says there's no chance in hell Red Sparrow's taking over Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I wouldn't be shocked if Black Panther made 60. I really wouldn't.
Oh no, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does some weird high 80s shit. I
really wouldn't. It's a solid movie, and it's got a lot of buzz about it, and there will be people who will go see it again. There'll be people who still haven't got to see it. Like
Lindsay.
Yes, sir.
Peter, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Lindsay, give me Deadpool from whatever it was. It was February of what, 16?
Yeah, pulling up right now.
Let me have the first 3 weeks of Deadpool.
I will, and I also have the information on all Jennifer Lawrence movies at the box office. We're going to talk about that.
Ooh.
So, Deadpool's opening weekend. That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, the first 3.
The 12th to the 28th.
That was February, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it went 152 opening, 56 second weekend, 31 third weekend.
All right, so it went down by about 60%.
Yeah, it went down 57% and then 44%.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, I don't know that off the top of my head. It's just
I'm gonna say it won't be that hard for it to do 70.
Yeah.
I can see 70. Would you like to know the information on Miss Lawrence's movies?
Oh, please, by all means. I'm dying to know what this.
So
this
if we
future Meryl Streep is doing.
Yeah, Future Streep. That's an interesting band name right there. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So if we get away from Jennifer Lawrence's franchise movies, that they're naturally going to do really, really good. Your X-Men, your Hunger Games. You have Mother, whose lifetime gross was 17 million. I'll have its opening weekend here in a second. And then Joy, lifetime gross, 56 million. And American Hustle, which was an Oscar movie, so it pulled 150.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
But so did Silver Linings Playbook. The those are a few years old by now. And like if you go with the more recent ones, like Joy, Mother, there's a bit of a decline there. And Mother's opening weekend was 10 million. So I would guess that Red Sparrow's probably going to do about 20 or 30.
Take Mother and compare it to all the other Darren Aronofsky films. It's like it's opening, like he doesn't do big openings as far as I know.
Noah did okay. I don't know how okay, but here I'll find off in a second here.
Always Bet in Black. That line is delivered by Wesley Snipes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the movie in my head.
That's Passenger 57.
Is it?
That's right. Yeah, that is Passenger.
And it's Wesley Snipes, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Wesley Snipes. Always Bet on Black.
I was partially right.
Okay, so here's Aronofsky's opening weekends. Mother, 7 million. Black Swan, 1 million. I guess this is all domestic. The Wrestler, 202,000.
Yeah, so a lot of limited release stuff.
But Noah was 43 million.
Yeah,
so he's a little all over the place.
I'll be honest,
he tends to be low.
He tricked a lot of people with Noah. Again, Passion of the Christ. A lot of Christians went and saw it. I know a ton of Christians who went and saw Noah and went, "What the freak was that?" He tricked a bunch of people. So
go Aronofsky. Aronofsky.
He totally tricked a whole bunch of people with that one.
Oh, here's something interesting, actually. So Noah had the better opening weekend than Black Swan by like a lot. But Noah's worldwide was only 101 million. Black Swan's lifetime, 106.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Once word got out that Noah had all this weird stuff, people stopped watching it.
Still. And also Black Swan was an Oscar movie, so it's got that Oscar bump plus the fall off. It's interesting how that works. So
this is the last hurrah this week for a lot of movies because we get the March rinse.
Yes.
Next, not this week, but next week I think is Wrinkle in Time, right?
Wrinkle in Time, which I think, although my wife desperately wants it to be great, I think it's gonna get a bomb.
Yeah, it'll still come out strong for the first week, though.
Really, you guys don't think Wrinkle in Time is gonna do good?
I didn't say that. You're putting words in our mouth.
I'm thinking it's gonna bomb. I'm thinking it's gonna bomb. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I think it'll be strong opening weekend, regardless of who says what. Oh, very good, Lindsey. Strangers 2 is also coming next weekend, which looks really good. Another movie that's probably gonna get fucking buried.
Oh, yeah,
probably.
Strangers. I've never seen Strangers.
Oh, go quick.
Yeah, it's a home invasion movie. I'm never thrilled with those. Well, that's not true. Your Next is great.
Your Next.
It's not Your Next.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Your Next, but fucking watch it.
It's the one with Liv Tyler, right? We're talking about? Okay.
Good movie. So the week after that, I think there's a soft week there. And then after that is Big Robots. What's your name? Pacific Rim. And then after that is Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ooh, here's something interesting. According to a website, sorry, not to derail, Wrinkle in Time is actually tracking at 52 million opening right now.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what that means, and it's tracking, so it could be way lower.
How can they track what it's going to open at when they don't,
Well, I mean, again, it's tracking. It's not specific. Yeah. It's based off of like interest they're seeing online and response to things and some focus groups. It's a whole spiel.
They tracked back Black Panther at 180 and it came out to 200. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So who knows? What you were on a thing though, and I derailed you. I apologize.
No. It's just March. Like there's no more. I mean, Black Panther's proving that's wrong, but there's no more like dominant fucking movies in the theater landscape anymore. I can't. Yeah. I don't know what's out the week after.
Ready Player One.
No.
Avengers is coming up at some time in there.
Oh, May. You just say goodnight to anything that makes sense because May's ridiculous because May is Avengers, something soft, Deadpool 2, and then Solo, and it's just
Yeah.
There's going to be some theaters that only have 3 movies.
Yeah.
We have 20 screens, but only 3 movies.
It's going to be a weird couple of months. That's definitely true. Oh, and actually, so talking about, like, so you mentioned Deadpool. Something interesting news I just heard. New Mutants, they're doing all those reshoots.
Yeah.
It's pushed back to 2019.
They're adding a whole character?
They're adding a character. I don't know if that means it's like one scene or a main character or just
who they're adding, you know?
No idea, but they're part of the reshoots is adding a character. So that's probably. I don't know. I don't want to make it probably. It could mean anything.
Lindsey, what's the release date on Quiet Place?
Quiet Place.
Good call.
I am so excited for that.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that when I went to see Shape of Water, and like it's so funny because my oldest daughter turned
April
6th, and she's like, I don't want to see that because she's like, that looks terrifying. But
and that's awesome. That's really
great.
awesome. That a premise like that can get you excited for.
And it's John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. They're freaking married in real life. It's awesome.
And he directed it, Krasinski.
He directed it. He wrote it and directed it, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks very much like this year's like It Comes at Night, but I'm okay with that. Like,
yeah, no, apparently, and she wasn't his first choice. Like, she was like, really? "Oh, you should get so and so to do it, and then like other people couldn't do it." So he's like, "How about you just do it?" So.
That's pretty funny.
Melissa says Infinity Wars might want to order tickets. They might break records like Black Panther did for pre-sale. Yeah, I would agree with that rather heavily.
It's probably not a bad call.
I'm not ordering tickets ahead of time.
Well, I'm thinking that it's just going to be a slaughterhouse that weekend.
I was able to go see Black Panther and not have any problem. But, yeah.
I did. Black Panther was a bona fide. It was in 6 of the 8 screens at the theater that I was at, and they were adding. I haven't seen this since I worked at the movie theater. They were adding 1:30 a.m. shows, and I was just like, God damn, that's fucking. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine working at the theater to fucking 3:40 or whatever the fuck time it lets out? Nope.
Yeah, because someone's got to clean that, right? Like,
you come in to clean it, and people are like, "Oh, but it's got the after credit scene." It's like, just shut up and go.
Motherfucker, I've been here 16 hours. Get out.
It's Bucky. Just let it go and go home.
I'll film it with my phone and text it to you.
But I don't know if we've talked about this, but does anyone else think there's going to be a thing with Bucky and Black Panther's sister happening there?
Wait, that wasn't his. Wait, was that Shuri? No, that was Shuri at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Lindsey
How
says.
old is she?
I don't know.
She looks young. She certainly looks young.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous for Deadpool to measure up to the first. Same thing with Super Troopers. Like, how
they're
do you
not going
thinking?
to.
Lindsey, I have a vested interest in Super Troopers succeeding. You should go watch my channel trailer. But
I do not have any interest in Super Trooper
if you watch the trailer where they're the Mounties, I have complete faith. They look. Go ahead. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. Go ahead.
No, I'll agree with you guys and Lindsay. It is, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. It's possible to be both.
I think it just took too long. I think it should have been a while. Like it's been a long time.
Well, they did a crowd.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, but how many sequels?
It's Super Troopers, not fucking Blade.
It could be the Blade Runner of sequels way too far after the fact.
Who is the cinematographer for Super Troopers 2?
Denis Villeneuve. You didn't hear about that? That's the movie that's going to get him his Oscars, not Blade Runner. Super Troopers 2.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
To, Roger Deakins for Super Troopers 2.
Dude, that'd be tits if Roger Deakins did the cinematography for Super Troopers.
It's the best thing in comedy
just
ever.
Some fucking wide shots of a highway. Just like, man, I never thought I could see a highway look so majestic.
Well, earlier we were talking about using cinematography in comedies.
Yes,
Villeneuve. No, not Denis Villeneuve. Roger Deakins. Why did I say that?
Well,
Roger Deakins. Yeah, that's true.
You directed it.
Yeah, okay. I apologize. I'm a silly person named Lindsay. What can I say?
That's okay.
Yeah, or what's his face from The Revenant? Why is his name slipping my mind?
Oh, what is his face? from Birdman too.
Yeah, Inarritu. Fucking guys won a bunch of Oscars in a row. Keep going. Keep going.
What's that guy doing, actually?
Excellent question.
Like, I don't think I've heard a thing from him
sleeping
since
on
Revenant.
a big pile of money somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Okay,
he's sleeping very well.
Wow, he has no upcoming projects, actually.
That means he's working on something super awesome. And
There's a rumor that Wolverine makes a cameo in Deadpool 2.
That'd be
really?
That'd be the greatest thing ever. That beat out only by Jeff Goldblum raping somebody in Death Wish would be the best thing ever. I want modern Jeff Goldblum. I want slightly silvery haired Jeff Goldblum with a mixture of all of his quirks.
Did you see that Jeep commercial he did?
Yes.
Chasing the T-Rex.
yeah. Must go faster.
Must go faster. How do you like it now? Tables return, my friend.
Jason says, not interested in Solo at all, never been a Star Wars person. So, sandwiched by Avengers and what's after Solo?
I don't know. The rest of the summer, I don't know.
Oh, is it? Oh, Jurassic World, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Jurassic
is
World
the week after. So, is it?
Solo's been taken out behind the back of this chemical shed and shot. That's what's happening with Solo right now.
Is it possible it only wins one weekend?
Yeah, it's totally possible.
It'll get the one. It's guaranteed the one.
Especially if it gets bad word of mouth. If like so far, like, you know, the person I know that's biggest into Star Wars is Luke, and Luke's not sold on it.
Yeah.
If Luke's not sold on it, then I don't know, like, you know. And I'm not sold on it. Like, I'll be honest, the strangest thing is this guy doesn't seem like Han Solo to me, but yet he had no lines at all in the trailer, but totally I bought what's his name as Lando.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
All he had literally was a look where he just turns his head and stuff, and it's like, holy crap, it's Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, there's a line where they bounce off or asteroid or some shit, and he's like, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, that's not Han. What? I don't know.
It's just like there's something where it's like I just don't see Han Solo, but I totally saw Lando Calrissian in that trailer. I don't know.
I enjoy the Star Wars Kool-Aid. I will say that.
I've enjoyed the movies for most part, except the prequels,
but I'm not that thirsty this time around.
No.
What about Caravan of Courage, the Ewok story? Did you like that?
I did like that when I was a kid.
Respect.
I've seen it. I saw it a couple years ago. Man, does it not hold up?
I can see that one.
That was Lucas going, well, we got all these fucking Ewok costumes. What do you want to do with this? We could make some Ewok movies. Fucking do it.
There's a Mamma Mia 2 coming out?
Oh, there is, yes.
When the hell is that being thrown out to the wolves?
I don't know.
Probably around the same time that Han Solo's getting just shot in the back of the head. You know?
It's such a strange year. Like, I don't have confidence in. Like, I don't see one movie. I guess obviously it's Avengers, but like other than that, like what's the giant movie of this summer?
You guys aren't excited for Aquaman that we haven't seen a trailer for yet? Like,
fucking wait a minute. Yeah. Incredibles 2 is a June release.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Okay, it's not a November release.
That'll be big.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But every Pixar movie makes really solid money.
Yeah. Except for Good Dinosaur.
They don't normally come out in the summer either. That's November.
Finding Dory did, and it did pretty good.
Yeah.
And Inside Out came out during the summer.
It came out near the end of the school year. So.
Not to completely shit on you, CP. I mean,
no, but you're right. I mean, when I think of Pixar stuff, I always think of November. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. Venom's coming out late.
Oh yeah. Right? Like October, right?
Yeah.
Is it that late?
Maybe they'll have time to put some Venom in the Venom movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that trailer was a thing.
Seriously, all they needed to do was have that trailer, and then at the very end, just have like even a shadow of what Venom would have looked like, and geeks wouldn't have said nothing. But instead, they didn't show Venom, and people are like, I know there are people out there who have no clue that's a comic book movie right now.
Actually, you know what would have sold me if we saw the silhouette, like you said, but with like the tongue.
Yeah,
like we need the
like,
tongue.
Seriously,
like yeah,
just like a proper silhouette of what Venom would look like and stuff. Like just, or even just like, a shot of blackness, and then like the eyes coming in. And stuff, and like just the side profile of the head with the that would have been enough for most people. Like they would have gone, it's Venom, yeah, cool. It's like, but instead they chose not to do any of that crap. They're just like, no, we won't show Venom in the Venom trailer.
Lindsay, say goodnight to Junior for me.
What?
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting there's two.
I was like, dude, I guess we're wrapping up then.
Lindsay is leaving, and I just told her to say goodnight to her little one. So.
Goodbye, Lindsay.
Goodbye.
So there. Yeah.
That's like my word.
I feel so weird calling her the W word now because she's a mommy.
That's adorable.
Her old YouTube persona rhymes.
Oh, right.
Horror and then rhymes with horror.
Horror more.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So even me, who enjoys to say cunt, I just can't. I can't.
I get it.
I can't. Much love, Lindsay. She's probably gone already, but fuck it. Did anyone like Daddy's Home? I thought it was all right.
I haven't seen either of them.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either one.
Yeah.
Is that
second one looked
Will
funny.
Ferrell?
See, the second one, I didn't want to see the first one. The second one, I saw the trailer and it made me laugh. Like I was like, Mel Gibson as the father and John Lithgow.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was just like, I want to actually see the second one. I don't even care if I see the first one, but I didn't see it, and I probably eventually see it, and eventually see everything. So,
I mean, if it's ever on TV or Netflix, I guess I'll check them out. I'm really not.
I'm not going to go out of my way to see
it. So guys, I'm gonna give the all clear wrap sign because Friday night I'm gonna do the Oscar draft for 2018. Whatever.
Oh, really? What time Friday?
Oh, well, we can talk about it often.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay.
But yeah, so the Oscar draft will be happening.
Okay.
Friday night, so it'll be a variation of the show. We're going to be doing a live. For any of you who have played like fantasy football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever.
You can play all four?
Well, I'm just using it as an example, Peter.
I pick Wayne Gretzky to win Oscar.
So if there's like a total of, if you count every category, every nominee, there must be like a total of 100, 60-something things to choose from. We're going to have a draft. People are going to go in a serpentine order. And we're going to draft everything. Everything's going to be picked. It's, knowledge helps, but towards the end, it's just luck. So we're going to try to do that, and maybe we'll do like an Amazon gift card for the winner or some shit.
Cool, yeah.
But yeah, that'll be here Friday night.
Well, who's all going to be involved?
Well, that's we'll find that out too.
Gotcha. I apologize.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. If you have stream capabilities and a little bit of knowledge, if you I just ask that you know what the fuck you're talking about. If no, Friday the 13th, part 4. All right, you're leaving. That's it. Who's taking that person's pick?
I don't know.
Well, Friday the 13th, part 4 is the one where he ended up on the bottom of the lake, right?
In Minnesota.
Yeah. So.
I want a gummy worm. I hate you. I would give me that. Give me that.
He wants a gummy worm. Yeah, so that's what I got coming up next. What Peter, anything?
I have literally nothing happening on my channel, so I'm going to just recommend a movie.
Cool.
I'm just going to tell someone to go see. If you have Netflix and you're interested in documentaries, this has been out for a while, but I just saw it, and it's insane. There's a movie called Icarus.
Oh,
which is it's basically this guy who started making a documentary about steroids, and he's like a biker, like he's a cyclist, and he was like, he did this competitive race for amateur stuff, and he's like, I wonder if I'd do better if I was doping. And he's like, he got in contact with a doctor who put him in contact with the head of the Russian lab for anti-doping. And he was like, oh, I can teach you how to dope, and you won't get caught. And so they have this whole thing where they're like having this web like conversation back and forth, and he starts doping. And then this whole thing happened like while he has him as part of his life, where the whole Russian thing fell apart, where like they got in trouble for doping with the Olympics there and all. And this guy was at the heart of the thing. And they have all this, like, it's just, the longer it goes, the more ridiculous it gets. And they have like all this behind the scenes footage of stuff that's real. It's just like, I can't believe this keeps on going. It's like,
that's pretty crazy.
It's called Icarus. It's like 2 hours long. It blows my mind. So check that out. That's worth seeing.
Another buddy of mine actually recommended that too. I am gonna have to check that out now. That's 2 recommendations. I can't pass it up anymore.
It's mind blowing. I don't understand it, but
Peter, are you gonna try to join us Friday?
Yeah. What time? Well, yeah.
We'll figure it out later, but
I will try.
Okay.
I don't think I'm doing anything particular Friday, so I will see if I can carve out some time for sure.
Cool. Awesome.
Lindsey, what do you got?
Yes, sir. Nothing in particular, although I am trying, I'm making a conscious choice. I've been too lazy in general, but also I've been too indulgent when I do get around to making a video, so I'm committing to making my videos shorter. Shorter, yes.
Jesus, they're short already.
Oh no, I mean, right now they're about 5 to 9 minutes. If I
That's
can,
short.
I know, true. But I mean, just for a challenge to myself, and also because I feel like, I mean, I don't know, my 50 Shades video got a little out of hand. I'm trying to bring it into like 4 minutes if I can, like just as a personal challenge, as like an editor and a storyteller, and like compiling my thoughts. That's my current mission goal for my channel. 4 minutes max, maybe 5. But yeah,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. That's my new thing.
Yeah, Emily and I are halfway through the 3rd annual Ryan Chataway, my 3rd annual Ryan Chataway marathon. It's his 7th year. We're half done. That video won't be ready anytime soon, but that's what's going on here. I might release what was a Patreon exclusive trailer for what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a genuine Will I Like It review for a movie that many people know I don't like. And I'm going maybe. That is a fair guess, sir.
Cool. But, I can't wait. That sounds awesome.
That's very cool.
So there's that. And then we'll see you Friday for the draft.
Woohoo!
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.